Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, no matter where you are in the world, and welcome back to my channel. To my subscribers, a big hug. Because I'm a hugaholic, so I love hugging people. I'm sorry, if you're a subscriber on this channel, you're going to get hugged every single time I come on with a recording. If you're new, welcome, and I hope you'll join us in this beautiful family. So, what am I going to talk about today? It's very difficult to know. I think I mentioned it already. I'm trying to go chronologically, but I'm all over the place. I mean, if I'd started this blog when I started this journey, it might have been easier. And it might have even actually got me through this journey a lot easier. But I've been so skeptical about this whole twin flame journey. I didn't even think, I find maybe sometimes I'm still skeptical because it sounds so unbelievable what happens to you on this journey and so bizarro, right? That you kind of think, how can this be real? But then, so many people before us have always said that there's nothing weirder than fiction, and it's true. You can't make this up. You can't make this stuff up. I mean, to make this stuff up would take one huge, massive imagination. And as we established in one of my other recordings, imagination, intuition, wishful thinking, they're all very, very closely interlinked. I didn't speak to my twin flame for almost, apart from one message, I didn't speak to my twin flame from June 2018 till March 2019. In between that time, there was one message, that was it, one written message, and that was just to wish him a happy birthday. So we didn't talk for that amount of time. And that's a long time. And every single day, I hoped, wished, prayed, chanted, meditated on him getting in touch with me. Not necessarily to have union in the 3D. Because, to be honest, although I have thought about it, fantasized about it, wishful thinking about it, he has a partner. So I've very much respected that. And you know why? Because she's a woman. I'm a woman. And as a woman, and any woman listening out there, you know what it's like and what it feels like when somebody is trying to hit on your partner or when somebody is trying to interfere in your relationship. You know how it hurts. You know how you suffered, when somebody was trying to take your man away from you, or when you thought somebody was trying to take your man away from you. So I've never really allowed myself to... let's be honest. I mean, I've fantasized about marrying my twin flame and spending the rest of my life with him and dying in his arms at the beautiful old age of 127. Yeah, I know. Of course, I don't exaggerate, right? But it'd be a nice thought. Actually, if you read Nostradamus's account of human beings, apparently the human body is actually designed to live 370-something years. But of course, we don't and we can't because we've been, again, I don't know, I think we've been conditioned into thinking that because life is finite, that we have a certain span. It's a very controversial topic, and maybe one that I'll go into another day. I feel that if I go into it now, it's going to be a bit too all over the place. This is another twin flame lesson I think that we need to learn, and that is respect. Okay, in the twin flame community, we call the other woman or the other man the karmic. But I think the lesson is to look past our own desire, needs, wants, not even needs, because our needs are usually met by the universe. I'm saying our wants, our desires. It's very easy to get caught up in, I love this man, I want this man, at all costs, but I think it's very important on this journey to stop and say no. I may want this man, I may wish for this man, but I do not want him at the cost of making another human being suffer. And that other human being is the karmic. I personally do not feel anything towards the karmic in the sense of I don't wish her ill. I do not feel despise towards her. I do not feel anything towards her. In fact, you know what I really think? I really think that she's a woman with good taste, because being that I think that my divine masculine is an extraordinary human being and a beautiful, beautiful person, all I can say is that the karmic has really good taste and she's a very lucky woman. The problem is I don't know whether she really appreciates what she has, because I always sense that things are not as rosy in the garden as they possibly portray to be. But anyway, going back to respect, this is the lesson, another one of those lessons on the journey, respect. Respect for another human being, respect for another woman's perspective, and just let things be. Let them be, because they will always be what they're going to be anyway, and I always think that people need to be free. So you don't talk to the divine masculine, fine, release him, let him be free. That's... there's a great saying, and you've probably heard it a million times, and that is, if you love something or someone, let them go. If they return, cherish them forever and ever and ever. And if they don't, then it was never meant to be. And that's something that my mother taught me as a child, and something I've always tried to live by. And yeah, my divine masculine got in touch after all this time. And so I will treasure him forever and ever and ever. But obviously, we're not in physical union, so that doesn't impede me. That doesn't stop me loving him. It doesn't stop me being there for him when he needs me as a friend. And it doesn't stop me doing nice things for him. And that is part of the unconditional love, that is part of the unconditional love. And if you can do that, I think you can happily say that you've fully integrated and that you have balance and that you've found that point of unconditional love. And well done you. If you haven't reached that point yet and you're still going through the inner turmoil, trust me, it will pass. It will pass. And like I said in the previous recording, there will be a moment where you just go, and it feels like everything just falls into place. And don't make this journey about uniting physically with the divine masculine. Don't make it about that. Don't make it about the divine masculine. Make it about yourself. You don't have to stop loving your masculine. He's inside you. You can't stop loving him. He's a part of you. You can't get rid of him. All these channels that say, let go, let him go, release. It's not about letting him go. You can't physically, physically you can let him go. Of course you can. But you can't release him or let him go because he's a part of you. It's the part of you that you need to integrate into you. But you need to integrate it into you in a way that is loving and not in a way that is in conflict, yeah? In the physical world, you have to let him be free. Free to choose, free to decide, free to be, free to express, just free. Free. We all want to be free. You wouldn't want to be tied down. Imagine if the shoe was on the other foot and it was somebody doing the same to you and making you feel like a bird in a cage. You wouldn't like it, would you? So, in fact, there may be, even divine masculines listening to this. So if you are a woman, perhaps you are in that situation where you want to be left free. The freer you leave people, I think you come together, really. If that makes sense, in a way. But yeah, even though my divine masculine has made contact again, like I said, there's no contact, there's no romantic contact. We're just saying hello, talking about this and that. But actually, yesterday, I said to him that my feelings haven't changed, even after all this time. So I don't expect to hear from him again, to be honest. Given the silence the last time that feelings were mentioned, I don't expect to hear from him again. And quite frankly, I don't know how I feel about that, but I'm not letting it get to me like last time. Last time it was unbearable suffering, and now I'm kind of like, well, okay, if he doesn't want to talk to me, then that's fine, you know. It's his freedom to do so. I'm getting on with my life, focusing on me, focusing on what I want to do. And if we're meant to meet anywhere in the middle, then we will. And that's as simple as that. So anyway, yes, until next time. Much love to you all. Take care.